The internet exploded in seconds. Phones buzzed non-stop. WhatsApp groups went wild. Twitter timelines started screaming. Facebook feeds flooded with one shocking claim that sounded too big to ignore, that a popular public figure known as Sheikh Ahmad had allegedly been taken out during foreign air operations. The way the story spread, you would think the entire nation was watching a live-action movie. People were forwarding messages without blinking. Voice notes were flying around like wildfire. Screenshots, blurry images, recycled videos, everything suddenly became evidence. And just like that, panic mixed with excitement, confusion mixed with certainty, and millions of people started believing something that had not even been confirmed. This right here is how breaking news can hijack the mind when emotions move faster than facts. Before anyone paused to ask simple questions like who confirmed this, where exactly did this information come from, and what official source backed it up, the story had already grown wings. And while you're listening to this right now, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel because what we do here is slow the madness down and give you clarity instead of chaos. Now let's get into what actually happened, because the real story is much deeper and much smarter than the loud noise online. Yes, military activity did happen. Yes, air operations were carried out. But these operations were part of broader security cooperation aimed at disrupting armed groups that have been troubling several communities. These missions were about locations, movements, and organized threats, not about targeting public commentators, religious figures, or trending names on social media. But once the first alert about air activity dropped, the internet did what it always does. It filled the silence with imagination. People started attaching names. Old photos resurfaced. Past interviews suddenly became breaking footage. Clips from years ago were reposted as if they happened 5 minutes earlier. The gap between real information and online speculation disappeared completely. Here's the truth that many people missed in the rush: there has been no verified confirmation that Sheikh Ahmad was harmed in any operation. None. Zero. In fact, statements that later surfaced clearly showed that the circulating claims were wrong. But by the time corrections started appearing, the damage had already been done. Millions had already swallowed the story emotionally. Some were angry. Some were scared. Some were celebrating. And that alone shows you how dangerous speed has become in modern news. Accuracy now runs behind virality, and that can mislead entire nations in minutes. If you appreciate balanced updates like this, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future breakdowns that actually make sense. Now, let's zoom out a little because this story isn't just about one name trending. The bigger picture is the ongoing security situation and how international cooperation is being used to respond to persistent challenges. Armed groups continue to operate in difficult terrains. Farming communities feel the pressure. Trade routes get disrupted. Families worry about safety. Governments face intense pressure to act, and that pressure has pushed stronger intelligence sharing and coordinated responses. When operations happen in such sensitive environments, the public deserves calm explanations, not fear-driven rumors packaged as entertainment. Unfortunately, some content creators thrive on dramatic wording because shock sells. Words like taken out, eliminated, and dead trigger instant reactions. They spread faster than careful explanations ever could. But responsible storytelling matters. Words carry weight. And once misinformation is released, pulling it back is almost impossible. That's why as viewers, you also have power. Before you forward any breaking news, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if the source is reliable. Ask whether it has been confirmed. Ask whether it makes logical sense. Responsible audiences build responsible media. So again, like this video and subscribe because you're part of that solution. Another serious issue is how false reports can inflame tension in a country already navigating complex security realities. When misinformation spreads, fear multiplies. Families start calling each other in panic. Communities begin arguing. Trust in institutions weakens. And once trust is damaged, even real updates start getting doubted. That's why corrections are just as important as the original headlines. Truth doesn't always scream. Sometimes it speaks calmly, but calm truth protects everyone. As developments continue, security agencies are expected to communicate more clearly to reduce confusion. Transparency builds trust. When people understand what is happening and why, they become less vulnerable to misleading narratives. That's exactly why platforms like this exist, to slow the story down, remove emotional fog, and explain things in plain, understandable language. If you respect this approach, show some love by liking the video and subscribing right now. Let's also talk about the audience mindset. Demand better information. Support creators who verify before publishing. Ignore channels that chase shock without proof. Over time, that behavior changes the quality of content across the entire digital space. This situation is not just a trending controversy, it's a lesson in how we consume information in the modern world. As of now, the responsible position remains clear. Military operations did take place. Security cooperation is active. But the claim that a specific individual was killed has not been confirmed and has been openly disputed. That distinction matters. Truth matters. Calm explanation matters. And your support matters too. So once again, like this video and subscribe to stay informed. Interestingly, the conversation didn't stop after the first wave of claims collapsed. It opened a bigger discussion about why emotional headlines feel more believable than calm explanations. Many people asked why the story spread so fast. The answer is simple: fear and surprise move faster than patience. The human brain reacts instantly to dramatic headlines. That's why responsible channels must slow the tempo and guide viewers through logic instead of hype. Another misunderstanding that surfaced is how international security cooperation actually works. When people hear foreign air operations, they imagine secret missions targeting individuals like in movies. Reality is different. Such actions usually focus on strategic locations tied to organized threats, not personalities trending online. That disconnect between imagination and reality creates room for speculation, and speculation becomes misinformation when repeated enough times. Recycled content also played a huge role in the confusion. Old interviews, unrelated photos, and outdated clips were recycled to support a fresh claim. To someone scrolling fast, everything looks new and convincing. That's why checking timing matters. Always look at when something was recorded or posted. While you're here, go ahead and like the video and subscribe so more people learn how to consume news intelligently. As calm voices began pushing back against the rumor, the value of waiting for confirmation became obvious. In a fast digital culture, waiting feels uncomfortable, but it protects you from spreading false narratives. Responsible waiting is wisdom, not weakness. And beyond headlines and hashtags, there's a human reality. Families in affected regions still wake up worried. Farmers think about safety. Traders think about movement. Young people think about their future. Turning serious security matters into online drama distracts from real solutions and real lives. Accurate reporting should bring understanding, not just adrenaline. Another lesson here is trust. When people keep seeing false breaking news, skepticism grows. Authorities struggle to communicate. Journalists struggle to be believed. Citizens struggle to know what's real. Rebuilding trust starts with honest corrections and careful language, exactly what this channel practices. Content creators also carry responsibility. Views should never outrank truth. Growth should never outrank accuracy. A loyal audience is built through consistency and honesty, not exaggeration. This platform chooses clarity over confusion, and your support keeps that alive. Like the video and subscribe if you believe in that mission. More updates will come. More rumors will also come. The real challenge is knowing which to trust. Look for multiple confirmations. Look for credible sources. Avoid content built solely on anonymous claims. That habit will protect you far beyond this story. At the end of the day, the real conversation should move toward solutions, how security improves, how communities stay protected, how communication becomes clearer. Sensational headlines fade fast, but misinformation leaves long scars. Stay sharp. Stay informed. Stay responsible. And stay connected here for calm, clear updates.